Hey, amazing leaders. Okay, so I want to talk specifically about what you just saw in that image, the job of influence as a leader of your team. And truly, through coaching, that's going to be how you have your greatest level of influence on your team. If it's on your team as a whole, you as the coach, you really set the tone of your team and in creating that culture. Coaching creates and feeds a team culture. So you really want to give some thought as to kind of what kind of culture do you want to develop on your team, in terms of kind of their belief and their attitude and the action that's taken, whatever it is, the vision that you cast, all of that is involved. But I really want to talk specifically about coaching individual team members. And this is definitely a learned skill, and you're only going to learn it through practice. So let yourself just go get a lot of new team members and just keep practicing, and you're going to learn together. Coaching team members to get what they want is truly kind of like two steps. The first step is exactly that. You need to help them to discover and decide what it is that they want to do. And you're going to see next a lot of different coaching questions that you can ask, and you might want to use that paper a lot as you develop these skills, but eventually it will become an innate skill. But go ahead and use those questions, and that's going to help you to help them find those answers. It's really important when you are coaching individual team members, when you're in that first step of determining what is it that they want, where do they want to go, it is vital for you to make sure that number one, your opinion is not involved at all. And we naturally have these tendencies, and I know I started out that way too, kind of predetermining, well, she's probably too busy for that, or she's never said anything about that, or whatever it is. We have to call ourselves out on it. Your opinion does not belong in that first step at all. It is all about them. Also, our emotions are not involved unless it's an emotion of just excitement. Truly, in the coaching process of helping them determine what they want, you should never feel down, bummed out, sad, or anything, because it's not about us at all. It's truly just about them. So that's a great red flag for you if you are feeling anything except excitement. I mean, honestly, even if a team member decides that, they don't want something that you were encouraging them to consider, you should just feel really good that you just went through the coaching process with them to help them to be able to get to that answer. Getting to an answer is, when it's the right answer, is definitely a reason to feel really good. So step one, your opinions are not involved and your emotions are not involved. And here's the best news. When you allow yourself to pull yourself out of the process of coaching them on finding what it is and determining what they want, it actually makes it really easy. Your emotions not involved, so it makes it a really easy process. So definitely want to encourage that. And then the second step of coaching, once they've determined, and only they can determine that answer, you can encourage, you can clarify, all these things. In fact, I recently had a consultant who she met month one of promoting, and she still hadn't made the decision. Yes, I want to. And I asked her, so what do you think? I mean, you're halfway there. How are you feeling about promoting? And she then shared with me why she wasn't so excited about the requirements and all this stuff. And I just felt like maybe she needed more clarification on what it meant and how it would look. So I just shared that with her so that I can ensure that she was making the best decision for her. And when I clarified all of that, she realized that she thought she had to sell $750 every single month. And that really changed her perspective on the whole thing. So, our job as the coach is to encourage but really clarify the truth with everything. And then the second step of that, once they've determined what they want and where they want to go, the second step, which to me, I think everyone will find it to be the easiest step because it's just pretty black and white, and that is using the whole building blocks concept of creating a plan. Okay, now you know where you want to go and when you want to get there. What's it going to take? And that's something that all of you, even as brand new team leaders, can absolutely help them with. You already have great experience. You didn't promote to team leader without thinking in that way. So just taking into consideration their time that they have available and just filling in those holes with the different options that we have in this business. And really, that's what coaching is all about, helping them to decide where they want to go, encourage them, and then help them to create that plan. And then after that, we just got to cheer them along. Keep reminding them of why they wanted to get to that place with their business and to just encourage them and believe in them even when they're not believing in themselves. So allow yourself to gain that practice, but really be very mindful of that first step and what you're involving. If it's feeling really complicated or really emotional or negative at all, it just means you need to pull yourself out of that process because you're involving yourself too much and it just needs to be about them. So up next, I will pose lots of great questions that you can ask to be able to get to those conclusive answers with your team members. Happy coaching!